Afternoon, Chris.
Afternoon.
Good to see you. Must be a good feeling around the training ground at the moment. 4 wins in the last six. Must be a really happy place to be at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've been working well recently. Everyone's in good spirits and training hard. Obviously, we've been in good form, and that always creates a good atmosphere around the place. But yeah, generally throughout the season we've been working hard at the training ground, on our game, and we have to continue to do that because obviously there's still a lot of areas to improve. But yeah, winning always helps.
Has there been anything in particular over the last month or so that's pleased you the most about the wins and the performances, or can you see the confidence growing sort of week by week since we've been back to the Championship?
Yeah, I definitely think, I was speaking to a few of the players today, we've grown in confidence as we've gone along. I think certain players have grown in their own belief and confidence at this level, some that have never played before. You can really see that. The most pleasing thing recently, to answer your question, would be the goals we've scored, not just the goals we've scored, but the attacking output that we've had, how many chances we've created. I think from where we were in games, but there wasn't a lot in them, but we weren't ever looking like creating too much, to recently where we've scored a lot and looked dangerous in all the games. So that's been the most pleasing thing. We've had a consistent side, a settled side. We've steered clear of injuries, and we've got people through. So I think there's been a lot of positives.
And goals from different areas of the pitch as well must be another pleasing aspect. You can't just be reliant if you're going to have success at this level.
Yeah, that's a big thing actually, because there's been a few games where there was 4 scorers. Was one of the recent games. There was 4 different ones, and that is really good because, like you say, if you've got that one player who's going to score you 30 goals, but then they get injured, then you've got a problem. So we've got midfielders popping up, and even others getting assists from set pieces, and wingers scoring goals. So, and particularly the wingers, like Damari is a good example where he's got quality, but if he can add the goals then to it, then you've got a really top player at this level. So he's adding that has been excellent for him.
A few days on now from Watford. You've probably had time to watch it back, maybe once or twice. Is it still a fair reflection that it was hard fought, or is there anything more you can take from that, having watched it back?
Yeah, having watched it back, it was. I think they showed within the game that they were there and they could compete, and they had some good players. I think there was a couple of moments in that first half that they got towards our box, but generally in the first half, I thought we were better. We scored good goals. I like the way we controlled them in midfield. I think Louza and Kipriano are normally quite dominant in there, and they keep the ball really well and they're calm, but we really got up to them and we were aggressive. So I was pleased with that. And yeah, second half, I think we were more passive than we wanted to be. I think if there was one criticism, you'd say, could we be more dominant for longer? I think 2-0 is a precarious scoreline always, where that you're in a strong position to go and get something from, or win a game against a team like that. So naturally you might drop 5-10 yards deeper. I think during that period we could have been a bit better with the ball, to move up the pitch and play in their half and stay in their half more, rather than being a little bit deeper for the period that they end up scoring their goal from. But then after that, I think we were okay, and they had a cross at the very end of the game, but I think we were all right. So I think overall, looking at it, I think it was a really good win in the circumstances, and I think again we've shown at home how good we are attacking, and we've obviously done enough to win the match.
Just on that, I think people before the game would have looked at the fact we scored 4 goals in the 3 previous games and thought it was going to be fairly straightforward. But was Monday another example of just how tough this Championship is, and it was kind of a very typical Championship fixture, the fact that you've got to earn every day?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, that reminded me in some ways of many games last season that were like that, 2-1, 1-0. They were close games. Even to the very end, we were sort of seeing games out. And, Watford's, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying their objective is to get promoted this season. So they've got a squad that you would say is definitely capable of going to the playoffs. We're looking at the team and the pace they had and some of the skill they had. So yeah, to go and win any game, I'd never take it for granted, winning a game of football, and especially at this level. We've had some really hard fought games, and that was another one.
As good as the home form's been, there's been obviously some disparity between our home form and our away form, but building on the draw and the performance at West Brom, there must be a lot that we can take from that going into Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the away form, we're needing to improve our results away from them. Obviously, I think overall we're in a very strong position, and we have picked up points. We have won away. We have come back from losing away and won a game. We have come back from losing away and drawing a game. So we've shown we can get points on the road. Absolutely. I think probably the last couple of performances, despite not getting the result of Middlesbrough, I thought there was a lot there. Team that's second in the league. I think we're probably as good as anyone has played at Middlesbrough, from what I've seen, for an away team. So I think we were well in the game there. And then the West Brom game, I think we showed a certain resilience and character to bounce back from adversity. So if we combine those two things together, the attacking spirit and bravery we showed at Middlesbrough with the resilience and the character we showed at West Brom, then I think you've got a recipe for successful away performances. But it's going to be hard. I mean, this next one, you're talking about one of the best teams in the league, no doubt. It doesn't matter who the manager is. You just look through the squad. I've watched them play, obviously previously when the last manager was there, and now what they're doing now. They're good, and we're going to have to be good ourselves.
Yeah, 4 wins in the last 5 for Southampton under the interim manager Ton Eckert. I think they've scored 15 in that time as well, so good attacking threat. Going to have to be at our best again, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can see that. I don't think structurally they've changed too much from previously. Obviously, the interim manager's done a very good job in terms of the wins they've had and the way they've been playing. But you can see the qualities there. They're not a team, I think, going to do anything that we've never come up against before. But they have quality. They have quality players. They've got now quality players with confidence. But we also have that as well. So it's going to be a big test for us. One that I know the players will be looking forward to. One of the bigger away games you're going to play in this league, and we're looking forward to the match.
I think I'm right in saying of our 9 away games so far, we've conceded the first goal in 8 of those, 7 of which have come in the first half. So is there an argument that we maybe need to be a bit more compact when we're playing away from home? And is that difficult when you're a side that typically likes to dominate the ball and be aggressive?
Yeah, I think what it all boils down to is, what do you think is going to bring success to the team this season, and looking at the big picture. And the path forward for us to sit back in a low block and sort of be passive and try to counter-attack teams and have that as a template would not get us more points away from home. I've got no doubt about that, because it goes against everything that we have been working on, training on, speaking about. All the success we had has been based on having a very proactive mindset to the game. So it would be detrimental to us to change and move too far away from that. Having said that, the idea of football is to win football matches, of course. So you have to understand the challenges that you face. You need to be compact, definitely. You need to pick your moments when you can press aggressively, and knowing that there'll be more times away from home where you do have to be a little bit more compact, because you can't get pressure on the ball every single time. So getting all that right is the challenge, basically. But the path forward for us is to be ourselves. That's what's going to bring us success, and has brought us success. And where we are in the league is a reflection of that. So we have to do what we do, and to the best of our ability.
Many of those away games that we've lost have been sort of fine margins, odd goal here and there, set piece, something like that. So is it always a case of sometimes managing those little moments in games, and if you get the rub of the green in them, you're going to come out the other side?
Definitely, that's it. I mean, you look at some of the teams, some good teams that have come to us recently, or what I would class as pretty solid teams, and we've blown them away because it's hard in the opposition stadium. But what we need to do, is control those moments well. We need to manage the game as well as we can away from home. But it's not something that I'm very aware that our results at home have been a lot better than our results away from home. But what I'm bothered about is where we are ultimately in the league and where we end up this season. So where the points come from, home or away, is not really the key thing. But of course, we know by improving our away results over the season, we will obviously end up in an even stronger position.
We spoke after the game on Monday about the importance of the squad. That's obviously not going to change in these coming months. A lot of games to be playing. Just a word on Alphonse, for example, came in off the bench on Monday. He's not had a lot of football, but didn't let you down in that moment, did he? No,
exactly. He's another one. I mean, he'd wanted to play in the under-21 match last week. He played 70 minutes, was outstanding. We got great feedback from the under-21 coaching staff around the way he conducted himself, he got minutes, and that made him then ready for the way he's been training. That 70 minutes made him ready for that 15 minutes that he came on to the game. So no doubt on his attitude, with Bright Isaiah Samuel heading off to the AFCON, he's going to become a key part of our squad moving forward.
Just a quick stat from me, Chris. I think it's right to say no team in the EFL has won more points in the calendar year so far than us, nor conceded the fewer goals than us. So is that just another timely reminder of the trajectory we're on, and the reminder of the players that, the consistency we've been on and how good we can be as a team?
Yeah, 100%. 18 months this Saturday, I believe I joined the club. The 6th of June, I think, was when I joined, and it's going to be the 6th of December for this game. So in that season, last season and this season, yeah, I think no team would have got more points than us, probably scored more goals than us or conceded less than in the whole country. So yes, I think what's important is, first thing we wanted to do when we got to this championship was earn it and compete and see how we go. We've grown in belief. As I said to you, there's players that I really think now believe are going into games believing that they not just deserve to be there, but they can perform well. And we're coming into a critical time now. This next 8 games until that third round of the FA Cup. There's so much football in such a short period of time. So, as I said to the players today, it's a great opportunity for us to be excited by what's coming up. Last season we were really good in December. We really pushed on, and yeah, this next run of games will hopefully keep reflecting, the stat that you just gave there. It shows the consistency of the players that we brought in, how well they've been working, the relentless kind of nature of this game is that you have to do it every 3 or 4 days, and they've managed to keep a consistency with that. And they've got a belief as a team that, we can be successful. So, and don't forget, we changed sort of 12 players in the summer. There was another influx and players out the door. So that has had to gel a little bit as well. So it's been a really, really good time so far. And we just have to keep trying to improve day by day.
Just finally from me, are we still everywhere we were in terms of injuries and that from last week?
Yeah, there's nothing new to report in terms of injuries. Everyone is as they were. Thank you.